we should be we're live.
Okay, at 6:30 p.m., we'll call a meeting of the Board of Public Works in session at time 6:30 p.m. Do note that the agenda has been appropriately posted. Item 1 would be roll call. Show Jared Holter, Kevin Schubert, Fred Bueller, Jim Banash, Mayor Joe Chilson, and Jim Bialecki is in attendance. 2, approve the minutes of the previous meeting.
So moved.
Motion by Joe Chilson.
Second.
Second by Jim Banash. Discussion on that motion. Hearing none, all in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. 3, public input. Is there anyone wishing to address the Board of Public Works? Second call. Is there anyone wishing to address the Board of Public Works? Third and final call. Is there anyone wishing to address the Board of Public Works? If not, we'll move on to the printed agenda. Unless there's objection, I think we have a rep from SEH, and you've got a drive ahead of you tonight? No. You don't? Okay.
No,
We
he's
can
a
go to
local.
that right now if you want.
It's the next item on the agenda.
All right. Well, if you wish. 4, SEH. All right. Review and consideration of change order 4 for the Great River Landing Phase 1 project. Jared?
In your packet tonight, I've included change order number 4, which is the final change order for the project. The project has been completed. Final quantities have been put together into the final estimate that's in the estimates tonight. Kevin Schubert, the assistant city engineer, has worked with the contractor in finalizing quantities. Tonight, in your change order number 4, we have a variety of items that have been finalized out as part of the project. With that, if you go to the second page of the change order, or the first page of the change order past the staff report, you can see there's a variety of items on there. I'll just go through a few of them quickly here. Item A is for asphalt paving. That's one of the larger items. We increased paving areas around the parking lot and into the alley section. Item I is for UPS power for exterior lighting. We, to meet code requirements from our inspection department, we needed to add specialized UPS battery packs. We did opt for a battery pack that was wall-mounted, so it would be out of the way and would last longer. That's item I. Item M is for extra tree removal. We did clear more trees to the northerly side of the project toward the bike trail, so that was a per tree quantity that was in the bid, so that's an increase in the quantity. Item N is for additional topsoil. We did have in the bid to reuse the topsoil on site, but due to the use of the area over the years, there was so much rock and the topsoil had been mixed in so much that it really had no value to it. And then item O is for a large manhole structure, 10-foot diameter manhole structure at the end of Main Street that actually had another 14 feet of vertical quantity added to it, and that was a per vertical foot quantity, so that was as it was installed, was an extra. So the total change order comes tonight to $78,479.94. And with that, I'd open it up for discussion.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Second by Jim Banash. Question, Jared, or Fred, rather, are we fully funded with everything here?
If I can, maybe I can go into item number 5. I know it's because it's related to this item. Item number 5, if we go to item number 5 to the back of the number 5, I've got a spreadsheet that shows the final Great River Landing project costs. So going through those project costs, the base bid from Weiser was $2,031,696. We came in approximately $16,000 under that cost once we finalized all the project costs. The project alternative stayed the same. Construction engineering came in above, but on September 6th, the Board of Public Works did approve extra construction engineering costs due to the fact that the project was happening when our assistant city engineer was on leave, so we enlisted more assistance with the construction engineering project administration. Then the archaeology was also went through the September meeting cycle. As you can see, the archaeology, as we have discussed before, was over the original amount. And then the rest of the costs, we have the soil borings, the change orders. We added security cameras and door locks for a total project cost of $2,468,518. Originally, for funding sources, we had the Great River Landing, $2,350,000. Plus, we had Common Council approval for the archaeological work overage and the engineering costs, so we had approved $2,485,000. With that, my understanding, Fred, is that would be out of the designated fund balance for the tourism dollars.
I guess what I'm trying to iron out, what you just stated here, Jared, is the dollars for bonding were, if I'm hearing it, is $2,350,000.
Correct, we bonded, that includes the grant from the DNR of $346,000, so that is included in the $2,350,000. But we bonded the $2,350,000 in the original 20.
Which includes the two bonds, or the two DNR grants?
Correct.
Okay, so really what you're looking for the city to come up with is about $134,000.
Correct.
And if I recall, contradicting what you just stated, I thought the 134 was coming from the, which may be the same spot, is in the special projects fund.
Oh, I did misstate it. Fred is going to state the proper account. I misstated the account.
Okay,
It's
the special projects fund is where tourism dollars that were originally in tourism back in 2015 that were moved into special projects fund, of which the Omni Center used a little bit, or actually more than just a little bit, in 2016 and a little bit in 2017. And so that's the way I see where that's coming from. And in reference to the dollar, I did have it, it's a little over $1 million in that account.
Let me ask you again, that number was 134,000 and what?
Well, it's the 95,684 plus the 39,800. Those two items right there were coming from the, if I'm hearing you correct, Jared, correctly, is coming from the Special Projects Fund. And so with that said, what I'm trying to figure out is when we pay Weezer this last payment, I'm not sure how large that is, but we got to make sure I reroute, not the capital projects, but route the Special
Yeah.
Projects Fund.
The overage will be $118,518 will be the total overage. And part of that is we have not paid for the half of the archaeology work yet because they're still curating and they're doing the work. It'll take them probably another 6 months to get all the
Cataloged.
cataloging and curation done through MVAC, so we have not been billed for that half yet.
Okay, so it's 118.
118,518.
So of the 118,518, how much is related to MVC? 78,000?
I don't have that exact number. It was about 60,000 left on the bill to pay them yet.
Okay, so I just got to make sure I route the net difference to the
Correct.
special projects.
Well, back to my motion, I'm going to still keep that on the table. That's with the understanding, any and all overages such as $118,518 is appropriately transferred for the Special Projects Fund to cover the outstanding costs. That's a statement. So any further discussion on the motion? Jim?
Well, just for clarification, I'm kind of confused. 134,000 or 118,000? What is it that we're actually?
We actually saved on some parts of the project, so once we're all done, we won't be the 95 and 39 because we saved a little bit on the base bid with the project quantities. So once we get all said and done, we'll be the 118,518.
Right, and there still may be an outstanding balance for archaeological work yet?
Of that 118,518 that we're over, we haven't paid Mississippi Valley Archaeology Center for all of their work yet because they have not completed it all. But it's included in your cost tonight in this. There will be no more costs coming in than what you see on your sheet tonight.
So more than $95,684?
No, I have included in here what the final cost will be when it's done. They've assured me that they'll do it for the 113,460.
Right, they
But
just haven't billed us.
They haven't billed it all to us yet.
Okay.
Does that make sense, or do you need?
Well, no, I'm just trying to look over the figures and
Yep.
get this all, so I can appreciate what's going on. So I understood that the rest of the amount of money is going to be coming from the Special Projects Fund, which was years ago part of the tourism that built that up. So it's not really coming out of anybody's taxes, it's coming out of the tourism fund, Special Projects Fund. Okay, thank you.
Any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all in favor of that motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
5, review and consideration of Great River Landing Phase 1 overall project budget. Move to approve, and that is with the understanding, again, that any all overages such as $118,518 the appropriate motions are made to transfer funds from special projects to cover that deficit.
Second.
Second by Joel Chilson. And Jared, you already gave us a scenario. That's what
Yep, correct.
All right, all in favor of that motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. 6, review and consideration of the bids received for South Kitty Cooley Road Lift Station Project. Jared.
In your packet tonight, we did receive 3 bids on January 26th for the South Kenny Cooley Lift Station rehab project. And you can see in your packet tonight, the bids were very close. We did have a low apparent bid of $345,000 even. We had 2 bids that were less than $5,000 apart. It is our recommendation to award the bid to Pember Companies for $345,000.
Move to approve.
Second?
Second by Jim Benash. Then we're covered budget-wise.
I have included another sheet in the back of this outlining the projected budget costs tonight and showing where the costs would come from. So I have it covered within the capital improvements budget. And then, Fred, are you following what is on my sheet? Would you like any clarification?
You're referring to the funding sources?
Yes, correct.
I'm good.
Okay.
Jim?
Fred mentioned the funding sources. This, the total cost for this is approximately $392,500?
Correct. That includes the engineering and a contingency and the bid.
And the funding sources are coming from solid waste contribution, sanitary sewer, Wisconsin Department of Transportation, and a previous fund balance that we had left.
Correct.
Okay. Just so for the public, we're doing this to upgrade the lift station?
The current lift station on South Kinney was installed in 1996 as part of the annexation area. The city of La Crosse actually installed the lift station, and we took it over in 1997 as part of the negotiated annexation deal that was brokered. With that, when La Crosse ran the city water and sewer out in that area, it was a pre-made USEMCO booster station, or lift station, that was not probably something that the city would have specified at the time. So over the last 25 years, we've had a lot of problems with it, trying to maintain prime. The pumps have been failing. We're going to replace it with a brand-new wet well submersible pumps like we would put in a normal lift station. And we also are, one of the reasons the project cost, since it was budgeted 2 years ago, is we're going to put permanent on-site standby power. So there'll be a generator there that'll be on-site to power that lift station. So,
While this station is down, is there going to be any complications for the city, or?
part of what we've bid into the project is bypass pumping, so there'll be about a week of bypass pumping. With that, we'll get a bypass pumping plan submitted by the contractor that the engineering department will approve and make sure it's sound in their calculations and make sure it doesn't fail during that time. But most of the work can be done while the lift station's still working, and then during that 1 week there is when switchover will be done and everything like that. So the main contributor to this lift station as far as peak flow, it's sporadic, but at times the landfill does discharge higher quantities to this lift station. So that's part of the reason that they are contributing part of the cost specifically to the lift station. And hopefully during construction, we've already alerted the solid waste department that during construction we'll have to be in contact with them, and they'll have to be letting us know what's happening at the landfill during that week. So I feel confident we can, Kevin will be out there on a daily basis running the project, so we're in good hands.
Thank you, Jared.
Okay, any further discussion on the motion? If not, all in favor of that motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion is approved. 7, review and consideration of professional engineering service for South Kitty Cooley Road Lift Station Project. Chairman.
In your packet tonight, you can see we've got construction engineering services in the amount of $28,300 from Strand Associates. We will be having Kevin run the project, doing construction administration like we do on a lot of our projects, but we do need help with the some of the shop drawing review. Kevin will do the shop drawing review and keep track of everything, but we do need help with electrical shop drawings. That's an area that's not in our expertise. We'll also have them attend by phone to the pre-construction meeting. We've got 2 site visits in this, so in case we have something during the construction, we want to have them revisit the site. We do have that capability. We've got time in here for requests for information due to contractor having questions, also progress meetings, and then the biggest thing will be startup and punch list. We will have to have someone from the designer, especially the electrical engineer, come up for startup and punch list. So these will be as-needed services, so they'll be as we call them and have them perform them.
With that said, I make a motion to approve Strand Associates for the project in amount to exceed $28,300.
I'll second that.
Second by Jim Van Ash. Discussion on that motion. Hearing none, all in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. 8, review and consideration of quotes received for a single axle truck. Jared.
In your packet tonight, we've had 3 bidders for the January 26th bid opening for a single axle cab and chassis for a plow truck that we'll be purchasing. It's staff's recommendation to purchase a International 7400 SBA-N9 for $73,345. That is the second low bid. That is not the low bid. Staff feels we do have actually one of all these brands within our fleet over the years. We feel that the International will give us a better cost on the install of the plow and wing and box that would be coming, because there'll be less equipment to move, so we'll save some money there that will basically even out the cost, and we've had better luck in our fleet with the International versus the Freightliner, so that's the reason for our recommendation.
I do have a question, Jared. I think it comes up to, what, $68,505 plus options? What options are we putting on the truck?
We are going to actually add all the options that you see here tonight with the additional warranty. So we'll be going from a 1-year to a 5-year warranty. 68.
This is similar to the options that we have in the other trucks?
Yeah, we've got air ride seats and we've got the dash mount switches and the everything in the other trucks. So it's the same standard truck that we have in our fleet. And we do have money's budget in the capital improvements budget. We have $165,000 budgeted. We anticipate the package with the plow and wing and the box and controls, spreader, and items coming in within the budget that we have with purchase of the truck.
Well, with that said, I make a motion to accept the recommendation for DeBosch Truck, a diesel, in the amount of $73,345.
Second?
Second by Jim Van Ash. Just out of curiosity, Jared, the International Freightliner Peterbilt, any idea where these are manufactured?
I do not know. I do not think, I don't know. I'd have to, I don't know.
I'm going to go, about a month ago, we opened bids for a Ford truck elsewhere, but I'm going to check on that. Irregardless, the motion's out there for the recommended bid. Any further discussion on that motion? Hearing none, all in favor of that motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion's carried. 9, review and consideration of Spruce Street project between 2nd Avenue and 2nd Avenue North and 4th Avenue North. Jared.
In your pack tonight, we have a map depicting the street widths in the Spruce Street project neighborhood. Years ago, when this area was platted and envisioned back in the 30s, there was some wider street widths, and when the curb and gutter and the streets were repaved in the early 60s, they put in actually a wider street between 2nd Avenue, which is Highway 35, and 4th Avenue, getting people into the neighborhoods there. Since then, over the years, we've had more development east of 4th Avenue toward East Avenue and then toward the school. I don't think the street that was envisioned became the collector that they envisioned it would be because of the topography over toward East Avenue and the skewed street alignment toward Spruce Street and that area where it meets Oak Avenue and things. So the engineering department looked at this. We're actually recommending putting in the standard street of 37 foot in width. Wanted to make sure the board was okay with that because currently it is a 41-foot wide street.
I might be okay with that. My first question is, has anybody told the neighbors yet we got a new plan this month? Last month you're getting a sidewalk, that went away. Now we're going to grow your lawn. Now what? Have we told them this?
We have not.
I would rather they be told that just so they understand what this whole project is. It may be good for them. Could also be the assessor might tack on another $100 because they gain some more green space up there, just so they're all clear of what we're doing up there. And with that said, I'd make a motion to refer this for 30 days so that we can make the appropriate contact with the neighbors and they're clear what our intent is, and I think we should hear from them too.
Second.
And I mean, what you're saying makes good sense to me, and I wondered there too, why would they put a street that wide, 41 feet wide, to run into Second Avenue? But you're right, 40 years ago, someone had a different idea.
Yep.
So, all right, yes, sir, Fred?
Just a point of information, who seconded that? I didn't catch it.
Mayor did.
Rather than 30 days, refer to the next meeting.
Correct. I'll state it that way because it's probably going to be, the next meeting to be. What?
If I may, Jared, I know we had discussed Spruce Street and putting in sidewalks, and we said no to that, but is this, where this is going to be downsized, I guess, to 37 feet, how is that going to affect the owners? Are they going to have to pay anything towards anything that we do here? Or?
No, our typical reconstruction projects, we do not assess for anything unless we're putting in a new item. So if in our reconstruction project, for instance, we're installing new curb and gutter, we will assess for that per our city policies, what we've done in the past. In these neighborhoods that we've done over the last 20 years, if everything's existing, the water and sewer is existing, storm sewer, the curb, the street, our policy has been we don't assess for anything. So basically, in this area, there will be no assessments for any of the work that you see in reconstructing the street. The sidewalk would have been new, so that's the reason we're proposing to have assessments. With that, the street itself, by narrowing it, wouldn't have any cost to the homeowners. It would actually reduce the city cost. And part of the reason that we're proposing it is not only it's more to plow, more to maintain, more stormwater runoff, all those things that we the trend is to go to smaller streets. You know, we're seeing a lot of 32-foot wide streets and 30-foot streets in some of the newer plats instead of going with a larger street. So if there was a school, say that this was in front of the school or it was a major collector carrying 3,000 or 4,000 cars a day, then I'd probably propose that. But Bob probably knows more than anybody who lives right on that street. If there's 300, 400, 500 cars a day, he'd probably be pushing it, so.
Thank you.
Okay, any further question on the motion? If not, all of you that motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Again, pay estimates, Short, Elliott, Hedrickson, Weezer Brothers General Contractors, Gerke Excavating, Municipal Well and Pump, and any other contractor or developer. With that said, I make a motion to approve the 5 providers identified on the document on your agenda dated February 7, 2017.
Second?
Second by Jim Banash. Discussion on that motion. Hearing none, all in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. And with that said, I make a motion to adjourn at time 7:52. 6:52, sorry. Second by Joe Chilson. Discussion on that motion. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you for your evening.